So here's the reality. If you're not a US citizen, your next trip through a US airport might look a little bit different. Cameras at the gate. Your identity is verified before you even hand over your passport. Sounds futuristic, right? But no, it's not. It's actually here. The Department of Homeland Security has officially finalized a rule that makes facial recognition mandatory for nearly all non-US citizens entering or leaving the United States. And yes, that includes green card holders. Now, before anyone panics, let's break this down. What does this rule actually say, and what is the goal? Also, what should you expect at the airport starting December 2025? Because while some call it a security upgrade, others are calling it a quiet expansion of government surveillance. So grab your coffee and let's unpack what exactly is happening, why it matters now, and how you can stay prepared. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the Next Level Life Fast, where we take the next steps needed to go towards our financial freedom and success. Now, what does this new rule actually mean? Let's start with the basics. On October 27, 2025, DHS published a final rule in the federal registration called Collection of Biometrics Data from Aliens upon entry to and departing from the United States. It gives US Customs and Border Protection the green light to collect photos and potentially other biometrics from every non-US citizen leaving or entering the country. Now, here is why this is new. There is no longer a pilot program. It is permanent. It applies to all air, land, and seaports, not just select airports anymore, and it covers visitors, visa holders, and even lawful permanent residents. Yes, so even if you have lived within the United States for 10 years or more, it still applies to you. Your green card does not exempt you. It officially takes 60 days after publication, so around late December of 2025 it will take effect. The Traveler Verification Service is what it is called, and here is where it gets really interesting. CBP uses something called the Traveler Verification Service, or TVS. So therefore, when you go through customs or board an international flight, a camera takes your photograph. That image is immediately compared to the government database of photographs. So whether you have taken a photograph in the past for a passport, a driver's license, anything government related, then your photograph is in a database that your photograph entering that airport or that aircraft is going to be compared to. If the system finds a match, you're cleared in seconds. If not, an officer steps in for a manual check. Now, CBP says that this technology is 98% accurate, and this is based on data from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is NIST, and it is already being used at dozens of airports. But accuracy aside, let's be real. Not everyone is comfortable with their face being scanned every single time that they travel. Now, why does DHS say that this is necessary? And why is this happening now? DHS says it's all about security and accountability. Now, according to DHS and CBP, there were over 800,000 visa holders who overstayed in 2022. That's people who entered legally, but they did not leave when they were supposed to. Now, facial biometrics helps them spot those cases instantly. The 9/11 Commission, they actually recommended biometric tracking years ago to close that security gap. Now, DHS also points out that the United Nations Security Council, they called on countries worldwide to adopt biometrics to prevent terrorist travel. So in their view, it's all about control and for modernization. It's for faster processing, stronger verification, and stronger borders. But think about this. If they have the facial scan of everyone who entered into the country and they did not leave when they were supposed to. Now remember that there are cameras all over the United States, and therefore, if facial recognition is connected to these cameras, then someone can easily be picked up as to where they are staying and they overstayed their visa. Therefore, illegal immigrants can be tracked easier, and they can be picked up and located much easier. So if you don't realize, the system is tightening and therefore it is becoming more and more difficult for persons to overstay their visa and not be located. Now let's look at privacy, surveillance, and public concern, because this is also another tricky area. CBP says it is following the Privacy Act of 1974, the E-Government Act, and the Home Security Act to protect your data. They promise that your photos are being encrypted and stored securely, and also in some cases deleted quickly. So for example, if you're a US citizen, your photo is deleted within 12 hours. Airlines are required to delete images immediately after transmitting them to CBP. But here is the question: how much can we really trust that system? Privacy groups like the Electronic Frontier Foundation have raised the concern that masked biometric data can eventually be used for tracking beyond border control, which is the same thing that I mentioned earlier. And even if the system intentions are good, mistakes always happen. A false match could delay you. A data breach could expose you. So yes, it's not about paranoia, it's about awareness. Now the key here is understanding your rights and also the options that you have. Now, what happens if you refuse this? What can you do? If you are not a US citizen, meaning you're on a visa or even a green card holder, refusing to have your photo taken can be seen as non-compliance. This could lead to delays, denials of entry, or being inadmissible under immigration laws. Now, if you're a US citizen, you can always opt out. You just need to inform the gate agent or officer before your inspection. They will identify you manually without any penalties. And if you face issues of being misidentified or delayed, there's an official route to fix that. You can file a redress through the DHS Travel Inquiry Program that is located on the dhs.gov/DHS/strip or -strip. Think of it like customer service, but actually for border control. Now, what does this mean for everyday travelers? Picture this: you're boarding a flight from Miami to Jamaica. Without showing your photograph, a camera snaps your photo, and you're verified. And maybe if you have traveled international over the last few months, you might have seen this, but what is happening now? It is being made mandatory across the board. What if you're a green card holder that travels frequently? Every time you come or go, your data gets logged again, and you start to wonder, where is all this going and who is watching? That's the trade-off DHS is betting on: convenience versus privacy. Some travelers love it, some don't. But what are your takeaways right now? Come December 1, 2025, photographs being taken for persons leaving and entering the United States will become mandatory. US citizens are exempted from this process. Secondly, lawful permanent residents, green card holders are included. They are not exempted. US citizens can opt out, but most have to request it on the spot. Now, whether you agree or not, this is a turning point in how US manages its borders. Your face is now your ID, and pretty soon, it will be your ticket as well. The age of biometric traveling, it's not in the future, it's right here now. So what do you think? Is this an invasion of privacy? Is this too much? Should green card holders have been exempted as well? Place your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me review it and respond, and I will do follow-up content if I see that you have placed a question that I have not addressed. Thank you as usual for the privilege of your time. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.